your father found out I was thugging? Do you believe me when I tell you you the one I'm loving? Are you mad cause I'm asking you 21 questions? Are you my soulmate? Cause if so, girl, you a blessing. Do you trust me enough to tell me your dreams? I'm staring at you trying to figure how you got in them jeans. If I was down, would you say things to make me smile? I treat you how you wanna be treated, just teach me how. If I was with some other chick and someone happened to see, and when you asked me about it, I said it wasn't me, would you believe me or up and leave me? How deep is our bond if that's all it takes for you to be gone? We only humans, girl, we make mistakes to make it up, I'll do whatever it takes. I love you like a fat kid love.
Good morning. Just want to throw something out there and give black people an opportunity to look at things differently. Lately, we've been talking about the boycotts and ownership. And, I was thinking about the word ownership and what it really means. And I'm going to use Chinese establishments, particularly a Chinese restaurant. A Chinese restaurant opens up in a black community. The success of that Chinese restaurant is going to depend solely on the people in that community, whether they want to patronize them. If the people in that community decides not to patronize them, then there is no restaurant. So the question is, who owns the Chinese restaurant? Is it the owner and his idea that makes up the ownership? Or is the ownership the people who brings the so-called owner idea to life? Because without the customers, there is no restaurant. So the question is, who owns the restaurant? Who really owns the restaurant? Forget the definition that they gave us of what ownership is, and apply this across the board to anything that is dependent on somebody else or others supporting an idea that somebody else created. We black people own the majority of businesses out there because we are the number one consumers. I'm going to say that again. Black people are really the majority of owners of businesses out there in which we spend our money with. We are the owners. Because if we don't patronize their businesses, they have no business. You are the owner. Just think about that.
What's up, my people? How y'all doing? Welcome back to My Voice, Our Agenda. This is good. This is a very interesting one, y'all. My Voice, Our Agenda. This is something that people are afraid to talk about. Before I get into the content, I want to thank God for giving me an opportunity to reach out to my people, to waking me up this morning, going to work, and giving me an opportunity to provide for my family, for my health, my mindset, my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, my strength. I thank God for all of it. Without Him, we're nothing. With Him, we're everything. My voice, our agenda. That was my sister right there in that video. Big shout out to Judy. Our podcast is coming out real soon. I want to address what she said. The way she articulated herself and broke down the problem we are facing as black people with not understanding the power that we have. You have to understand exactly what she was saying. And this is going back to the topic of her addressing the Asian protest, the buying power that we have that we don't even know, that we don't really understand the power that we have as black people. How she addressed ownership. A lot of people will look at ownership in a different way. And the way she articulated that was clever, but it made a lot of sense. You have to understand the power that we have in our own community, how we can control the narrative, how we can control what goes on in our neighborhood. See, we allow other nationalities and other groups of people to come in our community and set up shop and grow through wealth, and we don't support each other. And this comes in the light of the protests that black people wanted against Asian people for the killing of a black young man, young boy, let me say that, young boy that was murdered by the Asian store owner. And there was an uproar, people talking about they want to protest and boycott. And there's so many ways to understand that. If you don't know the power that you have as a people, you can't go about protesting the usual way. You know, burning up the stores and marching kumbaya, you know, protesting by the thousand, saying I'm not going to buy that product from the Asian people or any group of people. If it was a white person that did it, you want to boycott them. You know, Japanese or Mexican or, you know, I think the underlying thing that she was trying to address is none of these Asian people or whatever group that you want to protest, none of the shops or stores or salons or whatever they own, they really don't own it. Because when you have black Americans that control roughly $2 trillion in annual buying power, $2 trillion in annual buying power. This is how much black people spend. The money doesn't circulate through the hands of black families. It doesn't circulate through other black owned businesses. We don't support each other's businesses. But anybody that owns anything in our community, they really don't own it. You black individual, and I'm speaking about my people. Other groups, of course, they spend money. I'm not saying they don't spend a lot of money, but I'm going to have this conversation about my people. I want my people to have a seat at the table to address this conversation, this situation where we need to understand and be conscious of what it means to have power, have spending power. Our money has power. Our money that spends is ownership. I need y'all to understand what I just said. The spending power that we have is ownership. You see, and I'm piggybacking off what my sister just said. You just watched the video, a very intellectual video. It was brief, but it was on point. And she's basically saying none of these companies, none of them, stores or businesses, none of them thrive without us. The consumer, the black people that spend $2 trillion annually are the owners of these businesses in our community, even outside of our community. We are the owners because if we don't spend our money, they are not successful. They can't get up in the morning and open them doors if we don't spend our money. So basically, she's saying, who are the owners? You are. So your name don't have to be on a deed, is what she's trying to say. The spending power that we have, we control the narrative if we knew that. So I'm just giving a brief breakdown because I'm quite sure she's going to make another video to probably elaborate more, but I think what she said was more than enough for us to understand. Like, we have to be more mindful of the power that we have as a people. We have to be more vigilant of how our community is being used. They don't like us. They don't care about us, but they love our money. You take away that, and none of these businesses will survive. None of them. You take away that, and you put the black money into black businesses, and we'll have more respect around the country, globally. Nobody respects us because we don't have that mindset. We don't have that understanding of the spending power that we have, the money power that we have. We own nothing. And we have to get back to that. With that being said, I'm going to go into my own philosophy on what I feel we should do. Because I've said it before, I was not born during segregation. It was just, it still existed in some places, and it still exists today. But for the most part, it was abolished. They got rid of segregation. And the reason why I'm bringing up segregation, because I'm talking about the circulation of money. The circulation of money that stayed within our community because all we had was us. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Ownership. We had ownership. We built our own schools, our own banks, our movie theaters, medical centers, hospitals, airports. We had libraries. Black-owned banks. Everything that we had, we were forced to stay away from the white community and other communities. So all we had was each other. Martin Luther King had a brilliant mind. But he woke up at the end when he said he led his people into a burning building. Metaphorically, a lot of people didn't understand what he meant by that. You see, Martin Luther King knew he wanted us to be equal. We were dependent on each other. We were thriving. Of course, we had times when we struggled, but we wasn't allowed to go to white restaurants and eat. We wasn't allowed to go to white schools. We wasn't allowed to go to white churches. We wasn't allowed to go to white grocery stores. Everything was whites only. Drink out of water fountain. Y'all know the image. Martin Luther King fought for integration, but he realized that it was a bad idea at the end, right before he got killed, before he was murdered. So when he made that statement, I led my people into a burning building, he basically admitted that he made a mistake with trying to get us to integrate with white America. Why would I bring this up during this topic? Piggybacking off what my sister said about ownership and black and black the black money, how powerful the black money is, and how we really own every business that's out there, regardless of who own it, because of our spending power, how much we spend, $2 trillion annually. The reason why I'm bringing up segregation, I think we're so far gone in 2026. We're gone as a people. We have lost our way. We have integrated. We have no desire to have black owned anything. You know, the Chinese people got Chinatown. You got the Spanish people got their own community. You got the Irish and the Italians. You got everybody, the Jews. Everybody got their own town. The moment the black community comes together and start to thrive and have unity, white America burns it down. Black Wall Street, Rosewood, then and the list goes on and on. And I think I personally, and I'm going to say this, and and people that know me, I've mentioned it before. You know, I believe segregation should be brought back, and and voluntarily we should separate ourselves, not because we hate other people, not because we dislike other people or groups of people. It's because we need to unify and we need to get back what we had, ownership, and let the power of our money circulate in our community. Because right now, even what my sister said, we own these businesses because of the power of our money, and they will not thrive in our communities if we would recognize the power of our money, because we are the owners of those businesses. Well, take that and you attach the brilliance, the intellectual mind, the innovation of the power of black men and women, how smart we are. We don't need nobody else. Just put that together and build our own. Buy land. Get together and buy land and build our own little cities and and and, and start letting our money circulate and have our own businesses, and we don't have to depend on nobody. We don't have to be looked upon as the bottom of the barrel. So that's what she meant. The power, the buying power that we possess. We don't seem to get it. You know, everybody want to go get Chinese food. Everybody want to go get Spanish food. Everybody want to go get Indian food. They want to go to the white restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not being fake about it because I don't eat Chinese food. I'm allergic to it, but I get my chicken wings and French fries. You know. So even me, you know, I need to take a step back and not just talk about things. But if I'm going to preach it, I need to practice it, right? So big shout out to my sister for, my sister Judy for dropping that video. You're gonna see a lot more from her. And I just wanted to take what she said and expand it a little bit and give you the same perspective from a different angle, but from the same angle. I hope I'm not confusing y'all. But thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all leave some comments, man. I mean, address what my sister said. Give her your input. Give her your perspective on what she said. I want to hear from y'all. And matter of fact, share the video. Share the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Because we really want to know what y'all think. It has to be a turning point where we have to understand the buying power that we have as black people. We really have to take on this now before it's too late. We are too great of people, great minds. A lot of wealth in the black communities, a lot of wealth. We just not spending it where we're supposed to spend it, and we letting these other people in our own community get rich off of us. Like my sister said, technically we own those businesses. Our name's not on the deed, but we own it. We pull our money, they fail. That little protest we did against Target, not too long ago, hurt them in the pocket. It showed the impact, the power of our money. And we need to understand that. Always remember, black people, matter of fact, anybody watching this video, integrity is everything. Either you have it or you don't. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I want to thank everybody that support me, that believe in me, and be looking out for my sister podcast. She has a beautiful, great mind. She has a lot to teach. She has a lot to say. And I'm looking forward to her podcast. I'm looking forward to what she had to present to the world. But for now, y'all enjoy your Wednesday evening. Stay out of trouble. Stay blessed. I love y'all. I'm out.